Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this weekly reading for Starseeds, Lightworkers and Etmirians. And we're going to be working from the Lightworkers Oracle pack and the Sweet Dream cards to accompany them. And I am getting the fact that we are sitting in an energy of transformation. This is far more important to complete the clearing and the residue of the wrong vibration that you are still holding before we can go forward. And we will go forward with a leap of faith into the new paradigm that is literally knocking at our doorstep. We here at the Etmirian level are in the sixth dimensional vibrational channel between the fifth and the seventh level, and this is a timeline, and the even numbers like the fourth, the sixth and so on are the passageways through from one density through and into the holding and then to be birthed into the next one. And so we are being birthed here from the sixth, having come from the fifth through to the seventh level of vibration. And this is a very high vibration at the moment to the others that are still trying to acclimatise to the fifth dimension. However, those of you who are drawn to these readings will probably know somewhere deep within, buried very, very deep within, that you have come on a special, more advanced mission to the other ones that are holding the energies at the fifth level, to enable us to be able to also work here eventually at the seventh level, when things will start to kick off for you star beings and light workers. There is still some much debris and some clearing out to be done before we know that we are fully through to where we are going. And we are looking literally to work out from being the base, Earth, being on Mother Earth in her transformation through alchemy, of bringing your gold, linking through your heart center into Mother Earth's iron, base metal, to be able to help her to transform. And this will actually help all the beings on the planet to transform also. It's not a question of getting involved with what's going on, the riots and the energies. Yes, they are out there, but not everybody is their pathway to become involved in that, because there are other they're referring to them as special missions that are slightly aside from your normal ones that most people are talking about there, even in the higher vibrational realms. And that is the clearing from Mother Earth out to all the star planets and the stars and planets, which is your home where you come from, or if you're a light worker, you have a collective of these, so that we can work on the clearing of the entire universe. It is time to achieve this over the next 7,000 years. But before we can get to that side, there is work to be done in the now. And your work is to ensure that you vibrate at your most beautiful level of pure love from within your heart. Your love of you. Anything less will not do and will need to be dealt with, healed and put aside. And we are all going through this, having the last look to see what no longer serves us and where we need to step out of our comfort zone and to be counted as a being at this moment with a much higher purpose, even though up to now you probably didn't know what your purpose is. This is still unfolding and will change and change again. And what I'm going to do now is to actually start to pull. In this particular reading, we pull 5 cards from this pack, and that is a straight row of 4, and then a 5th one that will bring into harmony what it is that has come forth in the other one. So I'll turn the first one, we'll take them one at a time and see where we're going. And yes, we are in this transformation stage, as we have just spoken about. Things are changing at cellular level, deep healing. And I will include within this that there are things that are changing within your heart center. That is the root of where you are at, your heart center, to be totally in harmony with your soul and your inner child. It's a time of withdrawal from the world, and many of you may have felt as though you do not want to get involved in this, the outward communities where it's just like this, like that, odd comment here, odd comment there. It's more a question of withdrawing from literally everything in the outer world to sit within your heart center. This is not a time for putting your thoughts and your desires and your wishes out. It's more of a time to go within and to look to the harmonizing of yourself and your reason for being here and your clearing of past lives, what has tipped over into this particular life. You may know the details, you may not, it doesn't matter, but anything that's been buried very, very deep, you need to be radical and to literally pull them out by the roots and to discard them. They are no longer part of the old journey, the old dreaming of you. That is somebody else's dreams, forcing their version of you onto you, of which you have accepted, because many of you have been persecuted, burnt at the stake, and all sorts of crucified. You have been through everything and belittled and forced not to speak and be your truth. That has come to an end, that has passed, and this year is about the harmonizing to the deepest level of love of yourself and bringing your harmony into balance within your body. And we'll go on to the next card, and this one is the Age of Light. You have been training for this for lifetimes, and 2012 to when things started to shift and come online up until now, 2020 was the first phase of this stepping into the light age, and we have now left or are leaving the rudiments of the Piscean age, the dark age, the controlling age behind. We are entering the Aquarius age that will stay with us for the rest of your lifetime here on Earth. And it is now time to step up to being who you are when you have completely cleared, and we're talking possibly the whole of this year. And they're saying some drugs may even actually flip over into 2021. So be vigilant, be ruthless, return literally daily, hourly within your heart center, and just literally check in to make sure that you are not getting back into your old patterns of being food fodder for the dark controlling areas. This is not your pathway, and all the tricks that they are up to, and they have increased their tricks tenfold, hundredfold is what they're saying, because they are knowing that they are at the stage where they are going to be losing. The fight has already been won. That is the fight for your right to be within love and to hold love and to be you. And we'll go on to the next one. And we have the Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in subtle realms. And to you, I say be aware, because if you have a council, a group of counsellors, They themselves are not to your vibration and will lead you off track. And these are your helpers in the subtle realms, and they do not always hold your best interests. They come across as beings of light, but often they themselves have been misguided, and they stand in the front of the face for the darker energies to put a nice persona across to many. And many people are tricked within their subconsciousness, and they're connecting to the spirit world. And the only way you can know that you are in the power of your own love and the power of your own truth is start to reconstruct your inner love through your heart center, with your heart journey into your soul. Your soul is the bit that doesn't fit into your body. This is your best friend above all others, and this is whom you need to be trusting and to literally form a more solid, loving relationship. Your soul has the answers because your soul connects into source. You sit in source. You are equal to everybody. There is no other some guru or God or anything else that you're giving your power away. You have the right to sit within your own council of your own being and be also within source, which is where you have come from. Your soul has the ability to allow those helpers who you have possibly helped in their resurrection and their growing, have come to honour you in your growth. But only allow your soul to be the gatekeeper to choose who can step forward and who not to connect with. So do not give your power away because they have a big following out there in the world. That may not be yours. They can help people to a certain level, but when you start to rise up, and we are going to the 7th dimension, you have surpassed even the most wisest of those who appear to be wise upon this earth plane. Understand that you are powerful. And this is about going within and being absolutely within pure love and throwing out everything that no longer serves you and allowing your soul to decide whether any of these beings are actually a true friend or a false friend. And only your soul, sitting in source, will be able to allow through the osmosis connection the help into where you're at. Divine law is the one that's bringing the orchestration of what is around. Your soul, source. And that is the only journey that you know is right for you, because your inner child absolutely skips with delight of this. Remember, we have had at least 2000s of very dark energies, and even before that, going back to the Atlantean and the Lemurian new era, that was not of the purity that you are capable of before you set foot on this realm. Etmirians, for those of you who remember, the 4 million years before we had the fallen angels, which then concocted up many distractions and many misleadings. You know that you can only trust you and your soul, and most of all your inner child, in your inner childlike quality that will tell you the truth. Is it good? Is it joyful? Is it terrifying? Is it sad? Listen to what your body is telling you and allow synchronicity and the people to come to you who are meant to be walking with you. Do not be taken off track. And we'll go to the fourth one, the final one at this rate. Well, Imrama. Now, Imrama is often considered a mythical place. It's an energy. It's a point of being. And often this is where people in the Celtic realms would have gone off to find their Imrama. What it is that you are seeking for. Where is your hidden valley that is going to take you into your soul group, your tribe here on the earth plane, and to follow into the inner realms of your Imrama to be able to discover who you are, and with absolute precision of internal love, then return to the now, knowing full well where you have been, to transformed into the new age of light, not the new age of control, the ancient dreaming, back to the ancient dreaming that went beyond the Council of Nine, the Council of Light. We are talking a more ancient journey than this, because this is where you get the old dreaming, not the ancient dreaming, which has gone on forever, even before Earth was formed. And the last fifth one to bind it all together. And we have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Where are you allowing your heart energy to seep out and accepting the darkness and the dreams of other people locking you down into the old dream that you must behave according to those beyond your boundaries? Be watchful, be careful, be you, but most of all, be loving of you. Do not beat yourself up, for we have all been on most horrendous journeys, and the stigmas that we have carried lifetime after lifetime. We are all transforming to the point that we can unconditionally love ourselves for where we have been and build upon that and love ourselves truly from a point of a vibration of love, without stigma of who we truly are. And you are beautiful beings. You have gone through much that others have faltered in, and you are still standing today in this now, in this tremendous movement of where we are going to go forward. It's a huge journey, and one where you will find much joy, and being amongst the people that emanate your joy also, who've gone on the journey, your tribe members. Call in within your heart your tribe members and expect them to start to link up with you on a day-by-day moment. They will come in all shapes and forms, and they will have had the hurts that you have had, but they too are transforming and are now ready to show their inner light. And they know not to be attracting narcissistic type people because of the full body of empathics that they are. Understand this. Understand where you stand within this. And now's the time to put boundaries up and not allow the empathics to be drained from you by the narcissistic types. Narcissists don't even know that they are that type, often. Some do. But this is where you need to understand the purity of who you are. the naivety of assuming that people on earth would also hold your vibration. And many of you have been devastated when you have discovered that you are just food fodder for a very, very dark entity, a very dark race of beings, of controllers that is controlled through the darkest ever entity that has not even been spoken about within this moment. Be aware of this, and now put your boundaries up, that those that can step towards you are the ones who have gone through their transformation, have found from their journey of the Imrama their peace and their tranquility, and returned to be part of you and your journey. And I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to go over to this side. And they're saying that we actually need 4 cards. Okay, we will take 4. I think that's one of them. We will see. To tie in with what it is we have pulled today and what has been channeled through me. Yep, I think that's far too many. We put that back. How many have you got? Yes, I'm going to put that back in because it's far too many. We will take a little bit longer until we get the 4 or the 3 remaining ones. 1, 2, 3. That's the right ones, yes. Those are the right ones. Good. Good, good, good. Right, okay, we will start with this one here, being the first one. Regenerate. Whilst I dream, I clear my mind of all negativity, and my spirit is refreshed. By regenerating, you're transforming. And it is important that a lot of your work or transformation is going in whilst you are asleep, in your dream time, within your sleeping moments. Because we don't just, life stops. It is a time when often you step away from the body and you will meet up with your tribe members and more work will be done. And you may be one that visits your stars, your home family, your Imrama, and there you will discover in the depths of you to bring back into your waking moments. And we go on to destiny. My dreams show me that I am the co-creator of my life and destiny. And I think this is saying that you don't give your power away to another. And it doesn't matter how bright they shine, or that glitters is not gold. Understand that you can co-create with your soul and your inner child, for you are source. And they are saying, end of story. And we will go on to the next one. Growth. I challenge myself to step outside of my comfort zone as I travel on the road to growth and illumination. And this is when you are traveling during your dream time. And it is when you step outside of yourself to go visit and find your dreams within Imrama. It is quite a journey to take and to return unscathed, but you will be changed, challenged and changed. Are you up for this journey? Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and to go find the true self and your true mission of who you are? And the last one we have is joy. I follow my bliss and accept limitless joy. And when I express limitless joy, it is beyond anything that you can possibly imagine within your physical body here on the earth plane. You are joy, you are love, but first you need to grow and to transform and to go on your journey to discover the core essence of who you are, with aligning and making your best friend of your soul and your inner child. I will leave that with you today for this week's reading. If it's resonated with you, that is good. Please take what you consider as yours. This is a collective reading, so that sometimes the messages that come through may not be for you at this time, or it just may not be for you, in which case you need to find another reader. And there are plenty of very good ones out there for you to follow. And sometimes it's a time thing, so it may not resonate with you today, but do have a look back over perhaps the weekend, or even next week, or even sometime in the future, some point in the future, where you may feel drawn to come back and look as to where you have been and where you need to have clarification of what you already know. And may I wish you well, and may your heart star shine brightly.